Alright, quick presentation for my final project for artificial intelligence. It's Alexander Britton. This is called Adaptive Chatbot. So what is it? The Adaptive Chatbot is a web interface program that uses website metadata, title, and description in order to provide more information to the user. The chatbot appears as a small window on the web page and can be attached to any HTML file. The business of it is that since much of the web traffic is monitored by keywords and search trends, understanding and accessing information about a website can be useful for regular users, business owners, and developers, and probably much more than that. So the way that I've done mine has great scalability and usefulness. This chatbot is an asset to anyone looking to peer into the data that is traveling behind the scenes of a website. It stays relevant to the information of the given website, but also has the functionality of an API call to OpenAI. I could have done this another way. I could probably build one of these out of one of the more local AIs that I've worked with, but this is the most proof of concept then delivered in a functional manner that I could get, and that's what I was going for. I didn't want to try to overburden myself with trying to create something too complex. Um, Whether it's worth it for people is depending, of course, how they use it, but this chatbot will propel the efficiency of developers and marketers into more competitive levels. Accessing web data with AI assistance will be invaluable. So it's a very short presentation, but I don't mind showing you guys some of the code. So built a really simple HTML file. I didn't even build a separate CSS. I just put the style in here. Straightforward. This is basically all modular. I could go through and change. So like right here in meta, all this stuff that starts with meta, this is all information that's accessed, title, and content. So what it does is grab the, did I put this on here right? Yeah. Okay, so it pops up with a little window, and basically from there, it runs a function from my JavaScript file, and then it has these like basic, welcome to the demo and stuff like that. And then the script source is chatbot.js, which is right here. This, I'm not a big Java guy. Won't even lie, I got a lot of help from AI to help me write this and make sure it worked. So what this does, it calls the send message function, which also has the fetch OpenAI response and append message functions. So the append message right here just puts all the information onto the HTML. Just pop, takes the information, puts it there. The fetch AI open AI response. So I'm going to pop my API key in there in just a second. I don't care if you guys see it because it'll get deleted anyway, but because I'm not going to save this, it's not a permanent one. But you just pop this in here, and this is my personal, an AI key from my personal connection for my OpenAI account. What this does is before it does anything, here's the API key, here's the URL, and right now it collects metadata, so it grabs all this stuff from the HTML site. Now, the goal of this is so that you could have a website open up and you could run this script and it would immediately characterize the chatbot based on the description of that website. So if the website was about barbecue and it was in a southern state, you could make sure that the AI could pick up on that, ideally through this, maybe not super well just because it might need more tweaking or more prompt injection to make sure it knows exactly what I want. But this is just the first working version of it that I could kind of get that I, was happy with. But it could basically put on like a southern accent or use more southern words surrounding barbecue, since that'd be the topic of the website. And so the chatbot would kind of match the theme of the website. Now, my website doesn't have a theme. I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. That thing is boring because I just put it together to make sure it works, and that's kind of what we're going for here anyway. Open with live server. So here's a little chatbot down in the corner. You can ask it like, what is the metadata of this site? and it's actually rather fast. It pops up right away. And so this is all the metadata of the site. Now this alone is valuable to marketers and stuff like that. If you can just run this script and then this API comes in and just yanks all this information out of an HTML background for you, that is valuable to a lot of people. But on top of that, you could make it adaptable so that it could do something else. But this is also a full API call, so like we can ask it what the mass of the moon is, and it's got it like instantly. So this obviously, this page doesn't mean much. The idea is that this works right here, and it's just a single JS script that runs right off the, you just take anywhere, you could take this chatbot.js, and anywhere in there that you got a div, you could just grab, boom, you grab all this basically, like the body, and this is like the little windows and stuff. You grab this, slap it in, you could go into inspect an HTML page, copy it, load it into an IDE, insert this part into it, and then also just link it to this JS file. So keep that in there and bring all these different websites in if you'd like, and it would automatically call upon them through an API call whenever you bring that chatbot up, and then you have access to all the, and this is really small time on this one. You could access a lot more of this metadata, because regular sites are going to have tons of information inside this upper part of the head of the code. So you'll be able to pull a ton of information off this if you want to, and you could pull, like search algorithm terms and the keywords they're looking for in order to find out what kind of traffic they generate. There's a lot of uses for it, and especially now that I've taken a data science or data analysis class, and you start to see the way those things can connect together. So, yeah, that's my project. I know this is a pretty boring demo of it, but that's kind of what I was going for.